tomorrow at 12:30 on Connecticut Style.
Infidelity. You never think it will happen until it does. In her book, The Deception and Betrayal Caused by a Cheating Spouse, Stephanie Pompano discusses the struggles of mending or ending a relationship. And the sensational singing chef, Neil Fuentes, is in the kitchen sharing another one of his favorite recipes. And I'll be winging it with the CT Improv, a local troupe. There's sure to be a lot of laughs. Don't miss it tomorrow at 12:30 on News 8.
Today at 12:30 on Connecticut Style.
Infidelity. You never think it will happen until it does. In her book, The Deception and Betrayal Caused by a Cheating Spouse, Stephanie Pompano discusses the struggles of mending or ending a relationship. And the sensational singing chef, Neil Fuentes, he's in the kitchen sharing another one of his favorite recipes. And I'll be winging it with the CT Improv, a local comedy troupe. There's going to be a lot of laughs. Make sure you catch it today at 12:30 on News 8.
Today at 12:30 on Connecticut Style.
Infidelity. You never think it will happen until it does. In her book, The Deception and Betrayal Caused by a Cheating Spouse, Stephanie Pompano discusses the struggles of mending or ending a relationship. And the sensational singing chef, Neil Fuentes, he's back in the kitchen sharing another one of his favorite recipes. And I'll be winging it with the CT Improv, a local comedy troupe. There's going to be a lot of laughs. Don't miss it today at 12:30 on News 8. For most elementary students, learning how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, well, that's not going to make their top 10 list of fun things to do. So how do you get your child excited to learn math? Our next guest, James Penn, is an award-winning children's book author, and he says the key is connecting mathematical concepts to other subjects and experiences. James, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, Ryan. Really appreciate it.
Now, my first question is, where were you when I was growing up? So this was a really personal matter, literally hit close to home for you. You saw your own child struggling and said, what can I do? There's got to be other kids out there in her same situation, so let's better this problem. Now, again, often mathematics is associated with the basic addition, subtraction, things of that nature, but what is mathematics?
Well, I think mathematics, when you look at it, and the better your math skills are, the better your life will be.
Absolutely. Whether you're standing at a register, you're in a shopping mall saying, okay, this is 20% off, how am I going to figure this out? Every day, people just punch it in their cell phones, and there's always a shortcut, unfortunately, around things today. Right. So this is good, building a fun foundation, if you will, for younger kids. But besides your book being a great tool, what would you say to parents out there? How would you tell them to make the connection of math being fun to their child rather than just something they have to come home, sit down, and slave over at the dinner table?
Well, I think, one of the things that my daughter came to me the other day and said, Dad, I want you to buy me an iPod. And I said, okay, well, buy you an iPod, but, there's some math that's involved in this.
Exactly.
So you do that daily math on a daily basis, and I think it's important that if parents share that, that's the fundamentals of what math really is.
Right. And a motivational factor for me was I couldn't leave the house until I knew how to balance a checkbook. So I learned how to balance a checkbook at age 12. I think kids need to do that now, whether it's spending their own money with allowance. Now, obviously, you have a daughter at home. How old is your daughter, and does the book specifically pertain to a certain age group, or is it for all ages? Now, your first book, it was called Sydney the Silly, Who Only Eats Six. That's an award-winning book. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the concept on that book...
Everyday application, as you said before. It's not just something that you do when you're assigned homework or, when your mom says, okay, I need 6 apples, but we only have 4. How many more do we need? I think it's upon parents, too, to quiz their kids throughout the day. So what's next in your future projects? What's next on the plate?
Well, I've got a new book that I'm working on, and it deals with dogs. It's a little play on dogs. And the title of it is With the Help of My Paw.
Nice. The dog ate my homework.
Yes.
Well, James, thank you so much for being here today and making math fun for kids and hopefully parents as well. Appreciate your time.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Coming up next, the sensational singing chef, Neil Fuentes. He's back with another fabulous recipe. Don't miss this.